Round 2, blue-white silence. Looking for those Tybalts, looking for those cascade lists. Let's see if we can make it work. The only big changes between the first time that we ran this and the second time is we're going to add Mana Leaks instead of Aether Gust, Wrath of God instead of Supreme Verdict. And we're actually adding an extra Lavinia, hoping that we'll have a reason to be casting this card. Otherwise, the main is pretty self-explanatory. We have Isochron Scepter Silence and Teferi combo. We have Narset Puzzle Box combo. We have Karn, Knowledge Pool combo. We got combos. Lock combos. Let's go. Let's just run it back. Get some more practice under our belt with this list. I'm enjoying this list. This is assembling nicely. We hit that really aggressive list right at the end of league number 1, and you could, if you find yourself hitting like Zoo Landfall and maybe Burn and some other stuff like that, you tweak the sideboard to be maybe not as much Karn toolbox, but maybe a little more, hey, Auriok Champion sounds good, Wrath or a Supreme Verdict, maybe Doomscar is okay, and maybe a little bit of life gain could be a thing as well. All right, first opponent though, league number 2 for the evening. Let's get going. Got a couple silence here. We have the Teferi. I'm tempted to keep. Make it happen. Make it happen. Swamp for my opponent. And Inquisitions. I bet they'll take this card for some reason. We'll find out though, together. What would you like to take? Teferi is gone. Does leave us with a pair of silences though. We'll play Colonnade. This gives them a little bit of information, but this card does come into play tapped. Starting to wonder if I want this card or not. Kind of interesting. Extra Swamp here, starting to look a little bit sketchy. Thought Seizing Us, maybe takes Remand here. Does so. At this point, I might burn a Silence. I don't want to really run into a Liliana here. So let's go ahead and burn one Silence to Time Walk them. It's kind of looking like 8-rack. You're right. And that's why I think I want to burn the Silence here. Play a land past the turn. Ooh. Oh, don't play a Blood Moon though, please. Oh gosh, I fetched too early. Oh no. Please. Oh, thank goodness. We're good. We're good. All right, let's opt. Let's bottom a path. I'm not too worried yet about what they have. Tap. I'm going to not silence here. The reason I'm not going to silence is Karn can go actually get a Scepter for us. There's the Liliana. We'll get rid of a Plains here. So I can do Karn, maybe down tick Liquid Metal. I could do a Pithing Needle. There's a lot of things I could go get here. Question is, which one is worth getting that could potentially be taken by the Liliana, or also something that my opponent casts. Isochron Scepter is a really weird card to get. And then at the same time, it really isn't. I could also just Karn Uptick here. Mad MTG, glad to have you here. You're thinking Red-Black Shadow? It's tough to say. I almost want to Uptick Karn here, not worry about what's going on in my sideboard just yet. Because a Bolt's kind of an awkward thing to run into, and then I could maybe Scepter them. I'm gonna go up. Not a typical thing I would do. I'm gonna pitch Plains to the Liliana. I can then silence them and then eventually get Pithing Needle. Batterskull could potentially be okay, for sure. It's definitely a consideration maybe if they play a creature. They do. The thing is that they'll make me lose something here. Now I could just go get Bridge. I could hold Prairie Stream, go get Bridge, stop the Bone Crusher Giant. Then I could go get Pithing Needle. All right, I think we go get Bridge. I know that they can have K commands, but we need to stop the Bone Crusher Giant here. I'm gonna hold Prairie Stream to pitch to Liliana. I'm a little disappointed that I'm pretty confident Karn is just gonna die here. A couple bolts. Makes us discard Prairie Stream. My opponent is discarding cards. It's a Fatal Push. Channeler. This is kind of interesting because when they pitch something, I could stop them. Definitely got to shut off Liliana this coming turn, though. There's a Snapcaster. Pithing Needle, Snap, Silence here. I really want to go get an Isochron Scepter, but I'm pretty sure it's just going to have to be Pithing Needle on Liliana. We could even Snap Silence in response to the Channeler here. Keep it in mind that the Snapcaster almost has to jump in front of the Magnetic Channeler. I think I'm gonna wait because I also don't mind the idea of Snapcaster Opt. So we're gonna go combat here. Gonna attack Karn. So this is where I think I can do an Opt instead. We can chump block if I'd like to, and I think I want to because I want to put Karn up again. We're gonna allow them to potentially attack us. Inquisitions me. I'll let that resolve. They get my silence and then I get to opt. So now I don't need to go get the Isochron Scepter with a Karn. I could have also not opted here. There's a Path. Path isn't bad on the Channeler. We can keep this because it's a 4/4 and a 4/3, so we can keep this. Now they've grown basically too far here. We can uptick. And now I could wait on the Cryptic Command. I think we can now with one card. I know they'll get to use the Channeler, but that's okay. I'd rather counter something probably. Could also get Isochron Scepter and put Path underneath it. Let's see what this is. It's a Croxa. Croxa, huh? I lose a card if this resolves, or I can counter tap. I could counter bounce. Let's do some interesting things here. Let's go ahead and counter bounce. So counter and return Channeler here. Idea is that they can't use this. I could downtick with Karn, and I could go get a Liquid Metal Coating, shut Blood Crypt off. It's an opt. Let's do Liquid Metal Coating now. Let's get rid of that red source. So on their upkeep, Goodbye, red source. It's making me feel a little bit safer. I'll have to watch this Liliana. It's a little bit frightening to be there because of this pithing needle. When it thought seizes us. Let's take a draw with our opt. All right. We'll give them the choice between silence and path. They're just like, nope, I'm good. Ooh, verdict. Nope. Okay, Wrath of God looks okay. Mana leaks look all right. Purges seem decent. Lavinia is probably a no. Force of Negation's all right in this matchup. Remand's looking a lot better than it did before. Mad MTG you like in the vids, and I agree with USC, obviously. It is red-black mid-range. I mean, I could really get them with the silence and the Teferi. Yeah, the mana leak's good. I'm just trying to think. Honestly, we can just bring in like all of this and then like purges. Purge is kind of interesting here because it hits just about everything. I'm almost tempted to take out one Karn and go a little more of that controlling package. I actually kind of like taking the Remand out, bringing 2 mana leaks in for 1 Remand, and then let's find a spot for the last 2 cards. Because they're in red-black, it makes me think they're going to kill the Scepter pretty easily. I could take 1 silence out, but also the silence is probably just a time walk, which is worth considering. It's kind of a hard one here. Maybe the Force of Negations just don't make sense, but then I could get got by a Blood Moon, but I think we can play around Blood Moon. Let's take the Forces out for the mana leaks because they're just a little more versatile, and because we're putting them completely on a red-black mid-range, it's probably just more hits on the mana leak than the Force because we can hit creatures. Let's go for it. Yeah, this opening hand's fine. Completely fine. Got some ops paths. They're going to probably Thoughtseize Inquisition us. They have their choice. They are fetching basics already. Gotta be careful of Boil. Some lists are playing that. Alright, takes mana leak. See how good that card is? Alright, Colonnade go. Extra Narset's not exactly what we want to be seeing here. She's good, but not crazy. Didn't need a second one. All right, Polluted Delta. Assume some red mana here. Looks good, looks good. And plays a Channeler. Plays a Channeler. Sweet. All right. Silence. Let's opt main phase just to see if I can get a basic. Oh. Let's put that on top. That's pretty good. All right, we're either pathing this or silencing their turn. I kind of like the idea of silencing this turn just as a time walk for them. Maybe they fire off a bolt or something like that here just to make the turn worthwhile for them, trying to grow Channeler, but it just doesn't feel like a very smart move. I get to Teferi and bounce this. Let's see if they hit the land. They don't hit the land, so I'm not really interested in Channeler happening. We could maybe add a 25th land. We haven't had any real big problems with lands yet, but this game is making me look silly. Let's Purge. Purge is better on a Liliana, but my opponent missed a land drop. I don't want to give them that land drop. Dang it. got baited. Liliana. No. Ooh. All right, Blood Moon. Well, seems okay. Sure. Let's just Teferi and let's go up. They could double bolt the Teferi, but I'm doing up here so that I can bounce Blood Moon and then use Narset to find something else, because I'll be able to actually cast Narset. Well, it was a good idea. It was a good idea. All right, Isochron Scepter is going to pick up my path for me here. We have another purge. We have plenty of basic islands. Actually have the extra basic planes thanks to KC. When it finds a land here. We've got Karn just to have fun with their mana base too. Can go get a bridge to slow things down. They decide to stomp me and play Bone Crusher Giant. We can path this with Isochron Scepter. Doesn't matter if they ever blow up my planes somehow. So we're just going to pass here, use Isochron Scepter. We want to clear the board before getting Karn down. Then we can play Batterskull. Blood Moon, don't care. All right. Scepter activated. Of course I'd like to use this. Funny enough, we could also get a Snapcaster Mage and path our own Snapcaster. Goodbye, Bone Crusher. They get a land, though. I don't think the land's going to matter too much, though. Opponent picks up another basic swamp. Nextra Blood Moon. Once again, we don't care about Blood Moon. All right. Clear turn to go ahead and Karn. We will downtick this turn or next turn. You know what? I'm just going to downtick and go get a Batterskull. We don't have the next land. That's fine. Batterskull looks pretty decent, though. We could also, if we get a chance before they blow up it by like a K command, we could theoretically get our Batterskull and the Germ and use the path on the Germ. So, things could happen. Opponent's empty-handed. We're not. We'll play Batterskull. Go ahead, opponent. No K command, please. Liliana would be okay. I can always bounce Batterskull and replay. But a K command would be awful here. Blood Moon. We good. We are the Blood Moon people. We're the masters of Blood Moon. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, Red Prison folks. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. They killed my Batterskull. We can get it back with another Karn. Ooh, Snapcaster. Okay. Like I said, if they play something crazy, I'll snap and use my graveyard, but I could also snap and use the Narset here. After doing an Isochron Scepter on this, I might also just give it a waiting point here. Let's just wait. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and bounce a Blood Moon for funds. There's an extra path. All right. We have this path as well. Nothing hasty is getting in here. Thought seizes us. It's decent. Decent. Blood Moon and an unknown card. We could put Isochron Scepter with another path under it. And then we can double path things. So much path. They take my Scepter. How rude. They're afraid of a silence. Blood Moon played. Keep in mind that the next purge, I could throw it under I could throw it underneath as well. And then I just purge everything that they play. Thank you for the follow. Up, pass turn. Mana Leak looks silly here. Go ahead, opponent. What do you got? What do you got? Uh-oh. Dreadbore's Fairy. Let's, in response to this, Snapcaster and plan to path my own Snapcaster here. And we're gonna... I don't know if I want to use the path in hand or not. I think I'm going to use the path on the Isochron Scepter. And we're doing it right now so that they don't have a way to get rid of my Snapcaster like with the Bolt or something. This will help unlock my mana briefly here. Give me the double blue I need for Narset. Once again, Mana Leak's probably not happening. Extra blue obtained. Goodbye, Teferi. And... no follow-up. We're going to hold Mystic Sanctuary in case I ever get these removed. Let's go ahead and play a Narset here. And I will go ahead and use this immediately. Obviously, there's some downsides if they have a Thoughtseize. Oh my gosh. I hit 4 lands. Mill 4. I wish it would be a mill 4. I don't need any of that. That was unbelievable. Channeler. Cool. I'll path that. I'm gonna path that. Get out of here, Channeler. Illegal move. Bam. Denied. Get out of here. Mountain. We're helping them thin the list. That's what we're doing. Narset played again here. Cryptic Command, opt Wrath of God. Well, I can't cast a few of these. It's true, I'm not drawing lands. I guess I take the opt here because it's actually castable. I'm going to actually use this second main phase here because my opponent could Thoughtseize me. Let's see if we draw something useful. Not really. A land's not necessarily useful. Go ahead, opponent. We need that purge. We need a couple Karns too. Karn, go get the good stuff. Engineered on 2. I'm happy to attempt a Mana Leak here. It's an interesting one to see. Don't really care that I'm going to lose my Scepter here necessarily. We have ways to get new Scepters back. Like that. Like that. You may do whatever you want, opponent. Just don't Inquisition Thoughtseize me, please. Remember, we could also get a Teferi's puzzle box because we've got a Narset right now. There's a Kroxa. I let Kroxa resolve. I pitch Sanctuary, Sanctuary, and take the damage. Because I can then Scepter and path this. Gosh, this is a lot of damage to take. But I think it's the correct line because they're going to rebuy this. I am dead to some bolts. But we could get rid of our graveyard and get the Batterskull back. The fact that I'm able to Scepter and path again gives me protection from future spells, which I like. So Scepter, put the path underneath it, obviously. Pass the turn, gives them a chance to draw a land. We're set up again. Do. How much I would love this Scepter to have a Purge under it instead. That would have been the dream. All right, opponent. I get you. I get you. Got to make us use this path. I understand. Ooh, they have an Abrade. Still get the path here. Okay, so we got through an Abrade. Crocs is gone. They'll have to draw something else again. Top of the library is a Snapcaster. All right. Snapcaster's interesting because I have Silence, Purge. I can do an Opt if I want to. I could path my own. No, I don't have another path. Let's hang tight here. Ooh, Cryptic Command. All right. Can't do that. Definitely like Snapcaster for purging, say, another Croxa. Inquisitions. Well then, Snapcaster in. I guess it's going to be an Opt Snapcaster instead. I really want to hit both of these Blood Moons with like Purge. But I think Opt is going to be our better play here. They can't take Cryptic. They have no cards in hand. This also gives us a Snapcaster that starts beating down. Opt here. Oh, basic planes. Do I care about having Wrath of God? I kind of put it on the bottom, didn't I? I probably bottom this. Go a card deeper. Wrath of God is nice, but it's most definitely not going to just win me the game. Especially against like a Croxa, that would be no good. We'll take a card deeper. Okay. Top is a Flooded Strand. Not very good for us. We'll attack and pass turn. I wonder where that island is. Who knows? They play a land. We have a 5-turn clock here. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Karn. Teferi's Puzzle Box. So I have a few options here. I could Teferi's Puzzle Box. I could Tormod's Crypt to get rid of my graveyard and then Batterskull. I suppose the bad things for the Teferi's Puzzle Box would be Croxa, they get it anyway. I think I do the Puzzle Box though. We haven't done the Puzzle Box yet. Let's do it. Like you can see a lot of lines here. I think this one's okay to do though. So we'll play Puzzle Box, we'll attack for 2, we'll pass turn. Puzzle Box is going to do its thing with Narset here. My opponent can work in here, I believe. Okay, so that's emptied. Oh no, it goes to the bottom, right? It's not actually going to the graveyard. Puzzle Box does its thing. We put all 3. Goodbye, Cryptic. That's a nothing. 1, 2. This is another bunch here, so we just attack with Teferi's Puzzle Box here now. Because Teferi's Puzzle Box is how we're winning this. Now if they have a removal spell, like at instant speed, I think they can still interact with us right here. They could shoot one of these, but they can't shoot. Well, K-Command, destroy artifact, this. That could be a line. That could be a line. Look at this lock. We did it. We did it. Woo! Nice. We've locked people out all kinds of ways tonight. This list has lots of style points. Not to mention we put a scepter and a path under the scepter and we just started pathing everything. That's one way to get out of a blood moon. Just path everything. What's so funny is if you have a blood moon and you have just colonnade and hallowed fountain, you can get a scepter. You could opt. You could remand a bunch of things. You could purge it. Just keep purging. We did it. What's up, Abram? Okay. Scepter plus path. We just did this. It was fun. Narset's okay. Don't mind that. I think we'll keep. Definitely doesn't look like the worst kind of hand here. That's for sure. Keep. Ta-da. Opponent mulligans to 6. Mulligans to 5. Oh boy. Where are we going, opponent? All right. They kept 5. They're on the play. Forest. Okay. Colonnade, go. I feel reasonable doing this instead of Floodstrand Scalding Island in case they're Blood Moon, because they didn't play like Arbor Elf or Utopia. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no, opponent. Oh no. We're gonna Isochron Scepter them. Yep, we drew the silence. I'm gonna play safe and go get a Plains here. Scepter, silence underneath. Good luck, opponent. And then we're gonna just start doing this. Ooh, green-black. Okay. Abrupt Decay, Assassin's Trophy is a thing that Scepter could go bye-bye for. Okay. It's a Magus. Simian Spirit Guide. Good stuff. Good stuff. I think I'm just gonna play Teferi Bounce. Teferi Bounce, and next turn we have them hard locked if they can't get anything here. Well, yes. Yes, hard locked. Moment of truth. Can they get out of our hard lock? Right here. Right now. The answer is no. Yes. They have an opening to attack us from our hard lock. Otherwise, Scepter plus Teferi on turn 3. Nice. What are we playing against? Simian Spirit Guide, basic, and a Magus. This could be the Jund matchup. We're going to assume it is. The Cascading ones. The Trickeries or the Tybalts. So I'm going to actually bring in a Renegade here. Going to bring in a Renegade. I'm actually going to swap out Remands for Mana Leaks in the Lavinia. Unsure if the Purge will be good or not. We're going to leave Force in here. I'm going to strip one Karn out. I want to do these Purges, but I think our main strategy here is going to be okay. I'm going to bring one Purge in for one Path, just to have as a option for us. And let's roll. Let's roll. It's going to be good. Woohoo! Look at this hand. Keep. Yes. Keep. Just don't turn 1 me, opponent. We will be fetching basic, obviously. Oh, please be this just... I regret introducing Cascade Valkyrie to the format. Nah. It's fine. It's fun to prey on it. Show me that Simian Spirit Guide. Oh, come on. Alright, we're gonna wait to fetch here. I'm not going to put the Scepter down until I'm clear to defend with a silence behind it. This will fetch Hallowed Fountain. This will fetch basic. I'm going to fetch one here, not both. Gonna fetch here. Need to make sure we're not like get like weird fetch stuck here. I'm gonna leave myself with the plains open. I'm gonna slap down a scepter and try to put silence under it. We're not giving ourselves an option to opt because the only option here is to silence and response. Remember, my opponent can do that cascade stuff, which is what it looks like they're gonna try to do here. The true counter. Dang. I'm gonna silence you. Now, my opponent has a window here. They have a window. We kind of get to see what's going on. Yeah, it's that. Yep. All right, silence underneath. Go ahead. This is their window to cast again if they have it. We see a violent here, a violent. So 2 violents were at least milled over. Here they go. Their window. Do they have the Bloodbraid Elf to follow this? Dang it. They had a Demonic Dread here. Demonic Dread is a whiff because they don't have a target. Demonic Dread is a whiff. Nice. We're clear. All right. Mission accomplished. Oh, I want to play this so bad. Can I do this? They could stomp it. That would be bad. I probably need to be able to defend for a turn. Let's plan to just opt. Opt and silence my opponent. We'll silence only in response to something. I need a little bit more mana so I can keep the Scepter open and have the Renegade down. We'll take a few hits here. It'll be okay, I think. Use our life total as a resource. Opting. Taking any land. Thank you. Nice. Nice. Ooh, we're so close. We're so close. All right, we're putting her down. They're like, what? Huh? Question mark? Whoa, whoa, whoa. No stomping allowed here. Dang it. They stomped me. I need another land here so I can do the Teferi, but then they're going to have the Bone Crusher Giant. If they attack with the Bloodbraid Elf, maybe I jump in front of it with the Snapcaster Mage. I need them to tap out a little bit here for this Bone Crusher. They use a Magus. This feels fairly safe to go ahead and Snapcaster here. I don't get to use anything, but I'm going to use Snapcaster as a blocker here and hope to get Teferi down with a top deck land. Attack me, attack me, attack me. Attack me. Attack me. Yeah. Get aggressive. Block. Come on, land. Come on, land. Come on, land. Come on, land. Shoot. I can go to Teferi, bounce their Magus, and if I hit land, we win. If I miss, I could always leave myself with a path open, but they get a window. I'm not sure I want to give them that window. I feel like I could wait a little bit, but they're going to get a Bone Crusher Giant down as well. If they get a Bone Crusher Giant down and I put this path underneath the extra Scepter here, we're probably okay. The all-in play here is Teferi and bounce. Teferi, bounce, have Hallowed Fountain available, can path from hand, but if I top deck a land, we win. Let's go all in. We're gonna get that land. Confidence. Teferi shows us the way. Here it is, right here, right now. Land. Off the top. Land. Oh, shoot. I was like, it glitched. Oh, no. All right, Teferi technically does stop the cascade stuff, so we kind of stop it, but they could have bolts, immune spirit guide, violent, and then we just concede. All right. We're going to float for the path here. And I am going to go ahead and path. I'm not worried about Bone Crusher Giant now at this moment. We do path this. We win the match. We're going to top deck. There's the land. That is what we came hunting for. Feels good. Oh, more lands. Who needs them? Let's go. Let's go. MTG Tavern. By the way, I don't know if you're the only one that's thought of Valky. We'll just kind of say we saw the card spoiled and was like, oh dang, that works nice. How is this 2-0? You have doubts? Barwick? Are you doubting us? Don't doubt. Hey, thank you both for the follows. Some guy just tried to play the deck his favorite streamer was playing, and he runs into the literal hate. Love it. What was that? Play the deck that his favorite streamer was playing? Or were you help me? Did I just play you? What did I just play? Destroyer? Is that you? I don't know. Oh, go back to the list. You know, your buddy wants to test Valky? Is this just a hate on Cascade card? Deck that lose to anything not Cascade? Oh, no, no, no. We're hard locking people out. No, 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 no. We win other ways. We just are perhaps a bit aggressive against some of the cheaper spells of the format. All right, we're going to go ahead and lead with a Colonnade here. We've kept 7. My opponent's kept 7. We're about to play Magic. And he ran into this. I mean, Teferi's just really good against the Cascade stuff, so that's a reason to play it right now. Honestly, Red Prison's completely fine right now. We just wanted to play something different. Red Prison's fine because everyone needs multicolors, and you just Blood Moon them. Oh, give me a second turn. Just give me the second turn. I know what you're on, opponent. Come on. Don't have the Simian Spirit Guide. Seasoned Pyromancer. All right. Let's go. Just give me a turn, opponent. Black. Oh, they gave it back. All right. The Renegades here. Don't get rid of this card, please, opponent. Thank you. Have a nice day. No, leave it alone. Why'd you stomp it? You're so mean. My opponent is so mean. Now they're going to Cascade and kill us. Oh, we had the answer. We had the answer. They had the reverse answer. Okay, so how do we kill a Tybalt here? We might just want to disguise the rest of what we're doing. Snapcaster and a Liliana the Veil. Okay. I could go 2 turns and then Karn to go get Pithy Needle. I think we're going to see a Liliana. We have a Bone Crusher Giant here too. I think we play another turn here. I know they can like uptick this and get to see something pretty crazy. But I think Snapcaster, if they play the Liliana, is not a bad play. Silence and a seasoned pyromancer. Oh no. Oh no, they found the silence. Foreman, what's going on? How's it going? Oh no. Please don't do this to me, opponent. Oh, they're shocking in. They're like, oh, I want that silence. Oh, is that all? I thought you were going to play Liliana. You're crazy. All right, Snapcaster here. My turn. Oh, upkeep it. Yeah, upkeep it. I'm just going to Snapcaster again. Love it. I'm going to pass turn here. This will be interesting to see what they do with the Tybalt. I'm keeping these as blockers and defenders. They decide to go up one more time here. They find a Flooded Strand and they have a Black Cleave Cliffs. They have a bunch of Seasoned Pyromancers here. I have the ability to Karn. With Karn, go get a Pithing Needle. Pithing Needle off Mystic Sanctuary. Mystic Sanctuary to pick the Silence back up for the Silence on the Isochron Scepter. We're almost there. Almost. Let's see what else they're going to do here. Decide Seasoned Pyromancer over the Liliana, which is okay with us. Gets rid of a Black Cleave, Black Cleave. They have a Snapcaster from me right now. Okay. So this is definitely Karn territory here. Cliffs sideways. They attack me, I let that go through this turn. Oh gosh, I have a path now. So I gotta stop Tybalt here. So Scalding Tarn, do this. We're going to Mystic Sanctuary the Silence back. I'm pretty confident I've got to do Karn here. Downtick and stop Tybalt. I have 2 blockers if I need them. Pithing Needle. Play Pithing Needle on Mr. Cosmic. That stops that. Pass turn. No need to attack. So Tybalt's done. They have Liliana and it looks like Valky. I'm hoping they can't steal this Scepter from me. Verdant Catacombs. I want to be able to play the Scepter down with the Silence, Path, the Bone Crusher, and block. They can get Seasoned Pyromancer. And if they play another Seasoned Pyromancer, they're going wide with their board, which is a bit of a problem for us. Oh, dang. All this K-command nonsense. All right, well, that's a problem. Now you just -8. You put the Pithing Needle on Karn, and I hit this concede button. That's what you do, opponent. I hit this concede button. By the way, it's good to know that they have K commands. That was interesting. Just played against the mono green Tron that splashed for white. Blood Moon here. All right, we can concede to a Blood Moon. We get hit for 6, 12, 18. I draw basically an island here. All right. We're built for this match, though. This is why we're here. This is why we are here. In come the hate cards. All right. Question is, how many things do I want to do in response to what they're trying to do? I think Narset from our experience could be taken out. We can take out a couple paths here as well. Remember, I'll be on the play, so that's a good thing. We can probably trim 1 Remand. And then the question is, do I want to do a Karn out or not? The answer is probably no. I hate taking a path out, another path. Honestly, it's probably like an opt. We don't have time to do ops, right? We want the Scepters. We want the Renegades here. We like the Silence. We like Teferi. Like, everything that hits Cascade is going to be... I'm going to put Isochron Scepter over here, but move it over. All of this is good. We have these counters here that's good. Even Raman's not too bad. Cryptic, the lower end of that. And then we have reactionary spells. So we have about 17 cards that look good for hits since I'm on the play. Pretty happy with that. Let's go. Let's do that. My opponent's not trying to slam creatures. They're trying to do that Cascade stuff. Give me the Silence. All right, we're going to try it again. This is about as good as it gets other than a Silence in the opener. We have the Azorius Renegade here. See if they have that dumb stomp again. They know what we're playing now because we played a bit longer with them, although we almost wiggled our way out of it. We'll start with Colonnade tapped because I'm planning to get Renegade down. No Gemstone here, so they'll need double Simeon Spirit Guide. Okay. I will fetch basic here. I would like to do a basic island, but I have Snap and Opt. Or sorry, I'd like to do a basic plains, but we'll stick with the whole blue side of things. Really not that worried about a Magus. We'll see. All right. Resolves the Renegade. We have 2 mana here. We just play Valky, so they steal Snapcaster. Fine. Just plays Valky. God of Lies. All right. We hit something for Teferi. Let's go ahead and put that down and bounce. Hit another land here. We'll attack for 2, pass the turn. All right. Things are coming together here. Teferi in play, the Renegade in play, Snapcaster down, replays Valky. Fine by us. We could rebuy it again if we wanted to. Wooded Foothills. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to rebuy it. Why wouldn't I at this point? Oh, let's get a Prairie Stream. I'm not so worried. I need a little bit more white here. Not so worried about a... Not so worried about Blood Moon here. Let's bounce Valky again, get my Snapcaster back. I draw another card here. Or attempt to, at least. We're doing something with this Wooded Foothills. Maybe we're going to bolt this. That would be kind of okay with us. We get a Cryptic. We'll attack for 2, pass turn. I imagine Valky's going to show up round 3. We'll opt on their turn. Maybe do Teferi again. We're trying. Seasoned Pyromancer. Alright. I like the change of tone from my opponent. They're done doing Valky things. 2 Demonic Dreads hit the bin. Elementals, Verdant Catacombs played. Looks good. They are dying after all. I can do this, right? Silence them up. We can definitely set this up. All right, up with Teferi first. Scalding Tarn. We can go get basic here. I'm not going to get Sanctuary. I want basic. Put Scepter down. Silence under the Scepter. Pass turn. I am going to lose Teferi briefly, so they'll need a way to interact with Scepter. Here. Well, not here, but on their main phase after killing Teferi. I can block a 1/1, which is what I'm going to do. So they'll have a window right here to kill the Scepter. They do not. I think I'm okay. We'll shock in here. play new Teferi. This is their window. Oh, K command. Brrr. We'll let Teferi resolve here. I'm going to go up with Teferi and pass turn. We'll use Snap plus Opt here to dig deeper and use Cryptic Command to continue to defend Teferi. I think a Cascade card is the worst thing we can see here. And just defending it with Snapcaster seems like an okay thing to do. So we got to find another Silence and Scepter. Although this is pretty good, not going to lie. Pretty satisfied with the Teferi. Especially since I'll be able to block the Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay. Snapcaster, Opt from the graveyard. Yes, please. And Chump Block. Chump Trade. All that good stuff. 1 damage at Teferi. Keeps Teferi above a Bolt. Not double Stomp, though. Maelstrom Pulse. We will attempt to find a Force of Negation for this. Bottomless Sanctuary, and Colonnade's not it. Pulse resolves. Shocks in Blood Crypt. Do we have the Simian Spirit Guide? Valky doesn't take anything. That's from earlier. One, two, three, four, five. One, two, we need another land. I should have put the Colonnade in. All right, so we're going to counter something very bad for us here. Bloodbraid's not the bad part. Valky is. So we're going to counter this half of it. So we're going to counter and actually draw here, and I can use Scalding Tarn to put the Cryptic back on top. I could Remand here now. Makes them replay the Bloodbraid Elf. It's kind of a weird line here, but it saves me some life points. Remand's not getting much better, and I don't see them casting anything after, so let's just do it. Done. Cool. It's a mana leak. All right, if I were to boot this up, cost 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. We'd have mana leak. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite worth it. Let's pass. All right, Bloodbraid spins again. They're going to do... Oh, they hit Simian Spirit Guide here. That's right, Bloodbraid can hit all kinds of stuff. So now do I counter this? Do I counter Bloodbraid? Do I just mana leak? This lands, tap, draw. What do I need? I need 3 attacks with this because it's a 4/4. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage if they get to attack. That's a little too much. If I block this and then tap 3, 4, 5, 6, it's still 2 turns. It's 2 turns either way. I'm gonna let it resolve here. And I'm gonna tap team and draw a card. Oh my gosh, Snapcaster might change this. I can Snapcaster tap draw again. Or I could put Snapcaster in to attack. No, I gotta probably be safe here. Let's wait on the Snapcaster. Ooh, Force is not bad. Okay, so we'll pass turn here because it cost way too much to do the Snapcaster and the Cryptic command. We can't Colonnade in yet. When it goes to combat, we'll snap and tap. We have Force to protect us as well. I don't see a reason to pick up Snapcaster. I want to tap draw, attack with Snapcaster, and do something else. Karn's an interesting draw. Karn could go get a bridge. Not that that helps. I have a mana leak for whatever this is. It's 4 mana. It's a Blood Braid. They spin again. Spins into a Blood Moon, which I'll happily mana leak here. Alright, I say happily. If they have a Simian Spirit Guide, this mana leak looks terrible. If I play Karn, I can Karn down tick, get bridge, and defend myself. But I'm not killing them from then on out very easily. I don't have a way to reach my opponent. It's probably smarter to force here, isn't it? It's probably going to be Force Karn Bridge. I have no way to defend my bridge. But we'll see. We'll see where this leads us. If they spin into Tibalt, we lose bridge. Which makes it terrifying. Snapcaster, huh? One, two, three, four, and I have 4 afterwards. So it could be the bridge. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have to chump block something. Well, hold on. So if we were to say, like, get a Teferi's Puzzle Box, I know that seems a bit strange, but we can 4/4 Karn. We could uptick the Teferi's Puzzle Blocks, have a 4/4 to block. We could then chump or something like that. We then have 4, potentially a Snapcaster, or this Snapcaster and the 4 from the Colonnade. This gives us an out to win on the swing back if my opponent's not paying attention to their life total. If we had 9, we could Batter Skull. That's the thing, we don't quite have that. I suppose we could bridge, then try to needle the Tibalt, and hope my opponent doesn't top deck K command or Pulse or Abrupt K. I guess Pulse. I mean, I guess we've gotten through 1 K command and 1 Pulse so far. And I'm leaving Snapcaster back as a blocker. We have to hope they don't have a Demonic Dread. We have to hope they don't have a lot of different cards here. Like, I think this line is maybe the safest, but I don't think it's, like, maybe a game winner here. Are we using 2 mana? They stomp Karn. All right. Means I'm not getting to do Karn, downtick Pithy Needle. 3 mana so far. 4 Blood Break. Could spin into anything. Hits Violent Outburst. Gets Tibalt. We lose. Cool. Bloodbraid Elf here if we would have gotten something else. We're just not getting there, are we? Yeah, we're not getting there. Hey, thank you for the sub. Well, we tried. We tried. Having artifacts that are dealing with my opponent's stuff versus enchantments is definitely proving to be a thing. That's 3 Bloodbraid Elves. That's a lot of Bloodbraid Elves. What are we drawing? A bunch of Snapcasters, Scepters. Like if we had a Silence down here, we were gonna maybe get back. I don't know. Didn't quite beat it. We're 2-1. 2-1. We got to learn all that stuff from them. Lots of ways to remove artifacts. Like I said, with our black-white token list that we ran, the deafening silences seem to be a bit better. Obviously, we're trying to do Isochron, Scepter, and Silence itself's not bad, not to mention that our Renegade's pretty good, although we've just noticed that my opponent has plenty of ways to kill a Renegade with Stomps as well, and the K command gets rid of that also, which is what ended up happening. We lost Scepter and Renegade. Different than, say, a Eidolon of Rhetoric, which would have a bigger body in order to take the 2 damage. Things to think about if you find yourselves against Tybalt. You just lost an Archmage Charm, making me draw 2 cards. Dang, but card advantage. Card advantage. Take the cards. By the way, everyone, thank you for joining here on Friday. I've been appreciative of all of you tuning in. Consider hitting that follow button. Yada, yada, yada. Helps boost our numbers. Does the thing. I had 1 card in my library. Oops. All right, we're 2-1. My opponent is 2-2. Let's break their heart and make them a 2-3 list for the night. That would make us a 3-1 list for the night. Woo. Casey, thank you for gifting us up to Barwick. I want to tap lands here. I actually kind of don't like this hand. Having 2 Cryptics is a little awkward here. We have the Teferi. I'm going to mulligan this. Something's telling me that's not good. Woo. This is clearly busted. Clearly busted. We're going to keep this. Get rid of Supreme Verdict. We're going to run into Tybalt. Watch. Everyone watch. Perfect hand. You all going oof and I don't... Oh, snap. Sparring Vantage. Uh-oh. What are we doing with this Vantage? I'm gonna shock in. I'm a little nervous about you, opponent. You just scrolled up till you saw the first person that didn't have a sub? Everyone keeps telling me I should update that subscriber thing. I don't think that's the case. We shouldn't do that. We'll always hit our goal if we're like this. It's great. Uh-oh. This doesn't look good. Can we have a moment here to enjoy what my opponent is doing? Opponent, you are respected. I love it. Let's go ahead and opt here. See what's going on. We definitely need that land. All right. Question is, do I force this or not? I think this is worth a force with maybe a Snapcaster here. I could even get rid of Renegade, because if they're cool with this, Renegade's probably not doing anything. They deserve a cookie. Let's go ahead and exile. We'll get rid of the Renegade, only because that card, we know it means nothing is coming. Nothing on 0. Deserves a cookie, exactly. All right, opponent. Get it done. Roiling Vortex. If you're curious about a Roiling Vortex list, go check out our YouTube. Got some cool stuff over there. Swift Spear in for 1. I love the aggressive nature of our opponent's list. Thanks, Grayus. Thanks. If you like Grayus as our mod, put an emote in chat. Oh no. Oh no. I guess I'm gonna try to Snapcaster block the Eidolon and hope they don't have Bolt. Oh boy. Grace likes Grace. Who's Grace? I don't know. Some guy just showed up to the stream one day, pointed a pokey sword at me, and I was like, no. Don't stab me. Grace was like, I'm gonna stab you. It's like, no, here, be mod. All right, we're gonna try to defend the Eidolon. We're taking 2 anyway. If they have a Bolt to defend their Eidolon here, they're in great shape. If not, I don't, can I just, sure, force. I'm not casting anything, I wanna block. Stop giving triggers and priority to my opponent. It's giving them more chances to kill me. All right, we got a Swift Spear and an unknown card. Got a redraw by Sunbaked Canyon. We got a top deck. Okay. What if I shock in? Hear me out. Shock in, silence at upkeep. My opponent goes, fine, attack with Swift Spear, and I jump in front of it. Is that a dumb idea? Is that a dumb idea? No, we're doing it. Look at that. No fear, opponent. Shock in. Here comes the Bolt. They have nothing better to do. Watch this. Here we go. Boom. Silenced. Opponent's like, okay. That resolves. Ha, gotcha. Swing, swing, swing. Yes. I can't believe I'm asking for this. Snapcaster. Playing into that Searing Blaze. I'm ready. Runner, runner, land. That comes into play untapped. Would give me Karn and Batterskull. Block. This is a moral victory. This may not result in a game victory. It's a moral victory. Oh, I've got to go for it. We have to go for it. Karn, that great creator. Come here, Karn. Give me a hug. Down tick. Batterskull. Where are you at? Yeah. Skulls, batter smashing. Don't have, like, 3 bolts. Lava Spike. Skewer. Moral victory. I have 2 turns to die. Thanks for reminding me. Alright, Mana Leaks and Purges can come in here. Mana Leaks and Purges. Our Renegade is no good here. Cryptic might not be very good, honestly. Verman's alright. Karn's probably worth taking out as a one-of. Could bring Batterskull in. Could just bring the Batterskull in. After all, we don't care about having Bridge. Don't really need a new Scepter. Don't need Liquid Metal. I mean, Teferi's kind of weird. Let's do that. Batterskull in. Let's get rid of the 2 Karns here. And let's just bring in... I don't know. What do we want? Chat picks. What do we want? You got a feeling our list is built to race. We're zooming. We're zooming. That's what we're doing. Timely reinforcements. All right, so that's knowledge pool. It's some great knowledge you're dropping there. I mean, Teferi knowledge pool is a lock. Could just slap it in, just be like, sir, let's do it. Let's do it. Pithy Needle for a random fetch? Okay. I'm down. Not the Wrath of God? Seems decent. Who needs that card anyway? Let's play first. Keep? Okay. I could silence my opponent the first turn. That'd be kind of funny. What if I silence them immediately? What does that gain me? Whole lot of nothing. Wrath of God is for people with fear. I'm sort of tempted to silence them here. It'd be funny. I'm gonna go get a non-basic. We're not gonna take the damage. I want to do it so bad now. Done. Done. I wanted to. This is my league. Get silenced, opponent. Incoming Isochron Scepter. This is my opponent right now. Fine. I'll just bolt you, Fluffy. No, you won't. You don't have bolt. That's right. Ship it back. Get that Swift Spear out of here. Name Sunbaked Canyon. That's probably fair. Let's go ahead and path this. I want to be able to play the Narset down. Ooh. Now we just have to work towards that. Narset, go. Apparently I'm drawing an Opt. All right, Batterskull, we just got to get to you. Big hug soon to come. We can time walk him a little bit here with a Snap Silence. One Swift Spear. What other things have you been holding on to, opponent? Don't be shy. Lay them all out here. Lay them all out. I can complain about Opt. I prefer a Force. Prevent that Lava Spike. Prevent something damage to face. Oh gosh. They're going. They're spiking me. Rift Bolt suspended. Intriguing. Rather than pay this card, just exile the counter at the beginning of your upkeep. Remove the time counter. When the last is removed, cast it without paying its mana cost. I can respond to the Rift Bolt happening, which allows me to Snap Silence it. Is that right? For science. Suspend trigger. I should be able to respond to the suspend trigger. Snapcaster Silence, and I clear the damage here. I could path my own Snapcaster Mage, but this is 3 damage I'm preventing. This feels brilliant. Not to mention that it should, in a way, stop the Swift Spear from attacking unless they have an instant speed spell right here. Oh, they have the Blaze. They just blazed me for 1. Blaze for 1 so they can get in for 2, and Rift Bolt is countered. Right? Countered. Science confirmed. Whoa, Sunbaked Canyon. Get that out of here. Go away. Down to 6. Crack Sunbaked Canyon, 2 unknowns. Gosh, so many opts. Start with an opt. Need to find lands. That's a good land. We're gonna go again. Looking for lands. I can't cast this. Bottom. I want to put the Scepter and put the Opt under it, but I think I have to just Opt again to be sure I hit this land. And just hope my opponent doesn't have a few spells here. Sunbaked Canyon's not a spell. Swift Spirit is a spell. Oh my gosh, they have a Skewer. I die. I die unless I find a Force of Negation. Bottom the Remand. Rift Bolt was countered. What are you talking about? It didn't do 3. Oh, silence. Revolts was not was countered. Avaros and Address. But I died to Swift Spears. I died. Did I get the land? No, but I could have gotten the combo. Oh, man. Yes, it was countered. Wasn't cast. It was countered. Don't tell me it wasn't countered. 2-0 into an 0-2. Now list. We've been talking about how powerful you are. How great you are as a prison-style approach to blue-white. Casey, I'm going to say it was countered. In my heart, it was countered. Let's play first. We get to play first here. Final opponent here in this league. Opening hand looks great. We have a Luris. We'll keep. Interesting to find ourselves against a Luris. This will be a very interesting match here. Colonnade, pass turn, could force, for example, a Thoughtseize, and will do so in order to get Scepter and Silence down. Ice Cream has been acquired. You missed us losing. Sacred Foundry. Oh no. Okay, this is a problem. I'm so close to having the entire lock here too. I believe we have to go for it here because we will not have much time. The hope here is that they're constrained on mana, or they don't have like BTE, BT, and a Bushwhacker. Hoping that Teferi maybe can bounce, tempo this out or something like that. We get a way to remove this and have enough lands. All right, Windswept Heath coming down here. This is a lot of damage. Scary thing is that we can Isochron Scepter to silence them. Step Links, can't do anything about that. And a Hellhound. I need something busted here. Teferi is not busted, but we will play it because it'll bounce one of these. I'm gonna need my Supreme Verdict main board. Nihil Landfall, you're on board. Supreme Verdict. We found the land we'll need. Now we just need the verdict. Big problem here is this Scepter is almost too slow for this list. This list hits hard and fast. Hard and fast. Do you have any list for this in Jeskai with Bolt and Helix? Avaros does. Go check out Avaros's Avaros land, his YouTube. This is where the list was originated by Spider, Avaros, and myself brewing it. This is a lot of damage. Hitting for 8. 9, 10. I'm at 3. Surge. That's the 3. They got us. They got us. Okay, Wrath of God for this one. Purges seem decent. Mana Leak is probably alright. We need a bridge, but not me. This may be bridge Batterskull and just have them in hand over playing Karn. Force of Negation looks real awful here. Isochron Scepter and a Silence can probably be taken out. We really have to go almost into hard control here. So match 5 of the previous league was that affinity stuff, and match 5 of this one is the hyper aggro landfall list. It might be time to go back to Red Prison. think I like what we have here. Yeah. Yeah. We don't have much for this list. We're not built to be a super aggressive list. Unless it's Tybalt. Unless it's Tybalt. Path, Purge, Mana Leak. Ah, this is... Only downside is it's a Colonnade tapped, but I'll take this. It has some good removal. I'm down for this. Go ahead, opponent. Let's see what you got. Arid Mesa. First card, Sacred Foundry. Steplinks? The Hound. All right, it's the Hound. Cool. Land, go ahead, opponent. Like I said, lots of removal. It feels bad, but at the same time, it really doesn't. So we're fetching Wooded Foothills. We have a Stomping Ground. Okay. We're going just to combat here. I think I can go ahead and path this with the idea that Snapcaster could happen with another path. Obviously, they'll be able to play a lot more things as I give them more lands. Something we'll have to accept. Nacatl and Steplinks. We do hit land. Okay. I can Snapcaster in front of Steplinks, and I can path the Nacatl here. Goblin Guide. I'll use this as a bit of a scry here. Ooh, they don't throw the Steplinks in. It's an Isochron Scepter. I don't actually want this. Okay. I have the ability to snap path. I also have the ability to Mana Leak, leave it up, and path. I'm kind of tempted to just leave up here for this path. And path here and Mana Leak something else. Namely, Atarka's Command. I'll take my damage. All right, we hit a Silence. Hey, thank you for the raid. My raid sounds are still not working. Silly raid sounds. Let's Mana Leak this. I will, on upkeep, use Silence as a Time Walk against creatures. Obviously, my opponent can get in with some damage here, but this will prevent some things. They can Atarka's Command in response here, but we're kind of forcing the issue. Wow, they're just floating 3 mana. Just playing up against a friend on Prison. Honorary Raid. Nice. What kind of prison? Red prison? Green prison? Purple prison? Oh my gosh, what is this doing here? Become Immense, making an 8/8. Now if they had a land, it gets weird. Hits for 8. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Alright. Mystic Sanctuary comes into play tapped. So I suppose I want to be able to do a Cryptic Command here, or snap path. So we'll play Flooded Strand. New Goblin Guide. I think this is worth a counter and a tap the team. and just take the least amount of damage here. Oh shoot, that's not counter. Oh my gosh. Tap and draw and take 2 like a professional. Oh my gosh. All right, I'll go down to 6. It's just a challenge. That's all this is. It's a challenge. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. The punt is real. You blew it. No. I found a land here. I'm now having to block step links. Goblin Guide number 1 is in Isochron Scepter. Really don't want that. Too bad, I guess. Gonna Snapcaster plan to path here. I'm gonna path the step links here because of the potential Windswept Heath. We'll block a Goblin Guide and we'll take 2. I should have 2 more life. We're just throwing the final match away here in this league. Block. I can at least opt to get below that Isochron Scepter because I don't think I want it. You can make an argument where I want it for maybe Goblin Guide here. Repetitive. Oh gosh, what do we have? Oh no. I need to find my Wrath of Gods and my Supreme Verdicts. Too bad I've only got 1 white. I'm gonna opt it away. This is protected now. Bottom. I need help. I need help. An opt is not help. She's a blocker. We're gonna opt and create a blocker here. Gonna get my extra white. 1, 2, 3 into this doesn't make it big enough. So Renegade could stop our opponent. It's a bit unlikely. We'll use Goblin Guide as a scry effect. I could look for a Force of Negation, but I did take those out, rightly so. Combat away. Top of the library is a Hallowed Fountain. All right. Clearly need a block here because it's 4 damage. Okay. Take my 2. I'm gonna be really upset if Supreme Verdict's in the top couple here. Bottom, it's a path. Supreme Verdict's 1 more down here. I'm gonna cry. We're gonna go check. Give me a chance to look, opponent. Okay. Nope. Never showing up. Never showing up. 2, 3. Double 2 3s. Trying to Isochron Scepter silence out Tybalt lists. We ran into 1. We lost. But we did hard lock out some people here with Teferi, Isochron Scepter, silence. We did Karn, we did find a knowledge pool, we used Narset, we've done Teferi box. A sweet list. Whether or not it actually has some punch to it will be very, very meta specific. I would take the Renegade out, put something maybe like Meddling Mage, maybe a Wall of Omens, maybe something like an extra path. These things to help you out. If you wanted to, if you see a very aggressive lines, but also the combo list, you could take this into Jeskai, and then you could have things like Lightning Bolts and Helixes for the little decks, and then you'd have Silence and Teferis for those combo and bigger lists as well. Sweet list, though. Was fun.